The Indiana Fever just pulled off the most shocking coaching move in WNBA history, and nobody saw it coming. Sandy Brondello, the championship-winning mastermind who just got mysteriously fired by the New York Liberty, is now officially the Fever's new head coach. But here's what the league doesn't want you to know. This move wasn't just about basketball. It was about creating the most dangerous super team the WNBA has ever seen. And Commissioner Engelbert is absolutely terrified of what's about to happen next. If you think this changes everything for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, smash that like button right now, because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. The timing of this announcement isn't coincidental. Sources close to the organization are saying that Brondello didn't just accept the Indiana job, she orchestrated her own exit from New York to make this happen. Think about it. Why would the Liberty fire a coach who just won them their first championship in franchise history? Why would they let go of someone with a 67% winning record? The answer is simple. They didn't have a choice. What happened behind closed doors in New York was nothing short of a power struggle that would make Game of Thrones look like a kids' show. Brondello reportedly clashed with the Liberty's front office over their refusal to give her full control of roster decisions. She wanted to bring in specific players, make certain trades, and build the team her way. When management said no, she started looking for an exit strategy. And that's when Indiana entered the picture with an offer that would change everything. The Fever didn't just offer Brondello a coaching position. They offered her complete control, head coach, president of basketball operations, and a say in every single roster move. They essentially handed her the keys to the kingdom, something New York would never do. But that wasn't even the most shocking part of the deal. Sources are now revealing that Brondello's contract includes a clause that allows her to recruit any free agent she wants, with ownership promising to pay whatever it takes to bring them in. This is where things get absolutely insane. Sabrina Ionescu is a free agent, Breanna Stewart is a free agent, and guess what? Both of them have been spotted having dinner with Brondello in Indianapolis just days after the announcement. The league is in full panic mode because they know what's coming. If Brondello can convince even one of these superstars to join forces with Caitlin Clark, it's game over for the rest of the WNBA. But the controversy doesn't stop there. Stephanie White, the coach who just got replaced, is now speaking out about how she was treated by the Fever organization. In a leaked audio recording that surfaced yesterday, White can be heard saying that management promised her at least one more season to prove herself. She claims they went behind her back, negotiating with Brondello while she was still actively coaching the team. The betrayal runs so deep that several current Fever players are reportedly considering requesting trades in protest. What makes this even more explosive is what Brondello said in her first press conference yesterday. She didn't hold back, calling out the WNBA's treatment of young stars like Caitlin Clark. Quote, "The league has been trying to hold back certain players because they're afraid of change. Well, I'm here to blow up the status quo. Caitlin Clark deserves to be the face of this league, and I'm going to make sure she gets the respect and the team she deserves." End quote. Those words sent shockwaves through the commissioner's office, with insiders saying Engelbert held an emergency meeting to discuss damage control. The numbers don't lie about what Brondello brings to the table. In her 4 seasons with New York, she compiled a record of 107 wins against just 53 losses. She took the Liberty to the finals twice, winning it all in 2024. Her offensive system is perfectly designed for a player like Clark. Fast-paced, three-point heavy, and built around creating mismatches. Under Brondello's system in New York, guards averaged 28% more assists and 35% more three-point attempts than the league average. But here's the part that has everyone talking: Brondello's relationship with international players. She's coached in Australia, Russia, and Turkey, building connections with some of the best players worldwide. Rumors are already swirling that she's in talks with several international stars who could join the Fever as soon as next season. One name that keeps coming up is Lauren Jackson's protege from Australia, who just dominated the Olympics and has expressed interest in playing alongside Caitlin Clark. The financial implications of this move are staggering. The Fever's season ticket sales have already increased by 42% since the announcement, and that's before any new players have even been signed. Merchandise sales are through the roof, with Brondello jerseys selling out within hours. The team's valuation has jumped by an estimated $15 million overnight. This isn't just a coaching change, it's a complete transformation of the franchise. What's really fascinating is how other teams are reacting. The Las Vegas Aces, who have dominated the league for years, are reportedly in crisis mode. Their coach, Becky Hammon, has called multiple emergency meetings with her players, trying to prevent defections to Indiana. The Connecticut Sun and Phoenix Mercury have both increased their coaching staff budgets, desperately trying to keep up with what Indiana is building. The veteran players who have been the gatekeepers of the WNBA for years are not happy about this. Diana Taurasi was caught on a hot mic saying, "This is going to ruin the league." Sue Bird, now retired but still influential, posted a cryptic tweet that many interpreted as criticism of Brondello's hiring. The old guard sees the writing on the wall. Their era is ending, and a new dynasty is about to begin in Indiana. But the most shocking revelation came just this morning. A source within the Fever organization leaked that Brondello's first major move will be to trade for a superstar center to pair with Aaliyah Boston. The name being mentioned? A'ja Wilson. Now, before you say that's impossible, consider this. Wilson's relationship with the Aces has been strained lately, especially after comments from management about her marketability compared to younger stars. Brondello reportedly has a package ready that would send half the Fever's roster and multiple first-round picks to Las Vegas. The impact on Caitlin Clark specifically cannot be overstated. Under Stephanie White's system, Clark was often forced to play off-ball, deferring to veteran players who demanded touches. Brondello has already stated publicly that Clark will be the primary ball handler, the focal point of every offensive set. She's bringing in assistant coaches specifically to work on Clark's three-point shooting and decision-making. One insider described it as building the entire franchise around maximizing Clark's generational talent. This move also exposes the WNBA's biggest fear: market dominance by one team. The league has always tried to maintain competitive balance, but Indiana is about to blow that up completely. With Brondello's connections, the Fever's newfound financial commitment, and Caitlin Clark's star power, they're positioned to sign every major free agent for the next 5 years. Small market teams are already complaining to the commissioner's office, demanding salary cap changes to prevent Indiana from buying championships. The timeline of events is crucial to understanding how calculated this all was. January 3rd, Liberty announces Brondello won't return. January 5th, Fever fires Stephanie White. January 7th, Brondello spotted at Indianapolis Airport. January 9th, deal announced. This wasn't a spontaneous decision. This was a carefully orchestrated plan months in the making. Some are even suggesting that Brondello intentionally sabotaged the Liberty's playoff run to force her exit, though she vehemently denies these allegations. What makes this even more controversial is the role of social media in forcing this change. Fever fans had been campaigning for Brondello since October, flooding every WNBA post with demands for the coaching change. The pressure became so intense that sponsors started calling the Fever's front office, threatening to pull funding if they didn't make a splash move. Nike, in particular, was reportedly instrumental in making this happen, seeing the marketing potential of Brondello coaching Clark. The psychological warfare has already begun. Brondello's first move was to hire a sports psychologist who worked with Michael Jordan during the Bulls dynasty. She's implementing mandatory meditation sessions, bringing in Navy SEALs for mental toughness training, and completely revolutionizing how the team prepares mentally. Players from other teams are already asking their agents about getting traded to Indiana just to experience this revolutionary approach. But here's what nobody's talking about: the international implications. Brondello's hiring has caught the attention of top European leagues, who are now worried about losing their best players to the WNBA. The Fever have reportedly already made offers to 3 EuroLeague MVPs, promising them starting roles and salaries that would make them the highest-paid players in WNBA history. This isn't just changing American basketball, it's reshaping the global women's basketball landscape. The scheduling controversy is another bombshell waiting to explode. Sources indicate that Brondello has demanded and received approval to completely restructure the Fever's practice schedule, travel arrangements, and even game day routines. She's bringing in sleep specialists, nutritionists, and recovery experts that other teams simply can't afford. The competitive advantage this creates is so significant that other coaches are calling it unfair, with some demanding league intervention. The most recent development, which broke just hours ago, is that Brondello has convinced the Fever ownership to build a new state-of-the-art practice facility exclusively for the team. We're talking about a $50 million investment that will include recovery pools, hyperbaric chambers, and technology that tracks every movement players make. This facility will make the Fever's resources comparable to NBA teams, something no other WNBA franchise can match. The cultural shift within the organization is already evident. Players are reporting earlier to practice, staying later, and approaching the game with an intensity never seen before in Indiana. Caitlin Clark was quoted saying, "This is exactly what she envisioned when she entered the league, a professional environment that matches her competitive drive." Sophie Cunningham has been vocal about her excitement, posting videos of the new training regimens and calling it championship preparation. What's really going to shake the league is Brondello's plan for the draft. She's reportedly identified 3 international players who have never been on WNBA radars but could be lottery picks. Her scouting network extends to countries most teams have never even considered. The Fever are about to turn the draft into their personal talent pipeline, using Brondello's connections to find gems everyone else missed. The media rights implications are massive too. ESPN and other broadcasters are already adjusting their coverage plans, knowing that Fever games are about to become must-watch television. There's talk of a documentary crew following the team all season, capturing the building of what could be the greatest dynasty in WNBA history. The league's next TV deal could be worth hundreds of millions more just because of what Indiana is building. If you think the Fever are about to dominate the WNBA for the next decade, drop a comment below with your predictions. And make sure to subscribe because we'll be covering every move, every signing, and every controversy as this story continues to unfold. The revolution isn't coming, it's already here, and Sandy Brondello is leading the charge with Caitlin Clark as her general. The rest of the league better be ready, because Indiana isn't just coming to compete, they're coming to completely take over.